and dance from the upper deck. So up on top here, so this is watercolor on paper, and this is watercolor on paper, and they're both by artist Jurgen Frederick Huge, who came from Germany to Bridgeport, Connecticut. And interesting, these are really at the beginning of his career and right near the end of his career. This is within 5 years of his beginning and 5 years of his death. So it's kind of interesting to have those two to compare and have them side by side. Is really unusual. Huge was born in Hamburg, Germany, and a lot of researchers or art historians suggest he probably was a sailor himself. Again, because the detail of the ship and the rigging and how accurate it was, he had some knowledge or at least interest in depicting these, all that detail. So, and he was really good at labeling his paintings with the name of the ship and the captain and the signature. So this reads, the New York and Savannah Packet Brig Exact, Captain Joseph Bartram, by J.F. Huge, BP, Connecticut, 1842. And the earliest painting we have by Huge is dated 1838. So this is only 40 years after he started. The interesting thing about the packet brig, and I had to look this up just to get that term. So brig refers to the type of rigging and the square rigging of the sails. Packet, that term originated in England as it was a packet was a mail ship that had scheduled mail deliveries, delivering packets of mail. But that term was adopted throughout at least the English-speaking word, and the packet brig became a regularly scheduled service between two ports. So New York and Savannah packet brig, Captain Joseph Bartram was traveling between New York and Savannah on a regularly scheduled basis. And that became really important in the 19th century as people could then rely on the movement of goods, and they would move goods as well as passengers between those two locations. One thing that I found while doing a little bit of research, here's a picture of Captain Joseph Bartram. So, I look getting into the history, and you get to know more, the paintings and ship paintings, I think in particular, they tell such a story. There's such a depth to the information that is behind the story. And part of the story of the ship Exact, oh, by the way, this is the guide to the Bartram family papers. They're at Yale University, and there's a whole group of family papers, because Captain Joseph Bartram was the son of Thomas Bartram and his brother, Thomas Bartram. They were all shipping merchants from Black Rock, which is right between Bridgeport and Fairfield on the coast of Connecticut. That was a really important little port in its time. And the Thomas Bartram house still exists and is one of the prized historic homes of Black Rock. And Huge, I love some of his details. So over on the right-hand side here is what we would call a pilot boat. And it's a small, this is a two-masted sloop with numbers on the sails. And you can kind of see places pilot boats in this painting as well. And the pilot boats have an interesting story, and it became a competition. A pilot boat was to bring the larger ships into the harbor and to guide them safely, pilot them around the sandbars, all the different obstacles to get them in safely. But it became whoever reached the ship first was the pilot that got hired to bring them into port. So they began to develop these very fast little sloops where they would race out to meet the ship, and they kept going further and further and further out, and faster and faster and faster to be the ones that could get the money, get paid to pilot the boat in. And they also developed very colorful hulls. This is the pilot boat, has a blue stripe, a white stripe, and a red stripe on the hull. And the banner it's flying is the Phantom. And the Phantom, it became a very important pilot boat working out of New York City. And over in the right-hand side here, there's a little white lighthouse with a red top that I believe is the Sandy Hook Lighthouse. So as the Exact was going into New York and Savannah, he was working more around New York City and the port of New York. And so that's probably the Sandy Hook Lighthouse. And there's still, to this day, a pilot boat Phantom that works in New York City. So that's kind of an interesting. There's been several between this point and that point, but it's become the tradition to have a Phantom boat, pilot boat Phantoms. The second Huge that we have is the, now this is some, you guys, we'll take a poll afterwards. And whoever can figure out what this first word is, you get an extra helping of Cato corner cheese. I have my theory. It appears to me to be Inckahre. Inkara. Inkara, Cape May, Clipper Schooner, Sophia Godfrey, R.W. Godfrey Master by J.F. Huge, Bridgeport, Connecticut, 1870. So, and Huge lived to 1876. So this is, decades after the Exact, but still working in a very interesting style. He's really well known for this really great water, highly active, big pieces of watercolor paper and beautiful attention to detail. You can see this as a little more kind of foreshortening and perspective to the ship and great. And that ship too, so this is a Clipper schooner, also made to go very fast and travel. In Cape May in New Jersey at this time, they were highly involved in the silk industry. And this little Clipper schooner wasn't made to carry large, heavy, cargo like the Exact was. So my theory is that that first word, Inkara, is actually a phonetic spelling of Ankara, which is in Turkey, which, however, the only problem is it's not a port city, but it was the capital of Turkey, and it was at the end of the Silk Road. So Istanbul is the port city, and it's not that far from Ankara, and so maybe that, I don't know, maybe it was just business connections that led it to be named the Ankara Cape May Clipper schooner. But anyway, the colors of this boat, again, really colorful, really unusual, beautiful water, the great banner up in the top with the name Sophia Godfrey. Just a really wonderful painting.
I'd like to tell you that both of those are in the original frames, in great condition, and the one on the left, the Sophia Godfrey, is a huge sheet of paper for when that was done. So a watercolor is very unforgiving. You have to be really good. You cannot make errors when you're doing watercolor. You can make errors with oil, you can make errors with pastel because you can correct it. But you can't really do that with watercolor successfully. And to have that big sheet of paper, you have to be really certain of your ability. And it's very exciting. It's truly an amazing painting, both of them. And they tell great stories. And he is buried in Bridgeport in this absolutely massive tomb that somebody was very proud